Hey there everybody, and welcome to the second episode of my Lament gameplay series for Heroes Hour. I'm Icon, and last time we left our starting area pretty much unconquered, but already picked clean quite a lot. It's the beginning of week 3, and I'm working myself towards the unlock of the strongest unit, so we are pretty much on a good time frame here. So we need a little bit more money for the stronghold. Maybe that'll fall off out of some fight. We'll see about that. So we're gonna grab our last couple of buildings here. So you guys are charging. There's only ranged, only melee units here. So let's let them come. That's an easier way of dealing with that. And let's go into attack now. And do some shadow casting right here. And let's see how this will work out. So let's toss some anima summoning over here. Just to make sure that my little dudes here don't die too much. Alright. Pretty nifty. Couple of losses, but those are to be expected. So let's go for engineering next. Or do we? Or do we go for warding? No, warding is not that appealing. Shadow casting. Shadow casting or recalcitrance. Well, or Bloodlust. Difficult decisions, but for now I'll start out with shadow casting. Also because it enables me to upgrade swarming. There we go. And we'll be able to summon a dragon in a while here. So we got spellcasters against us. Let's drop some summons at this flank. Some shadows over here. And I really need to build that thing which scales up my spell power with cast spells per week. Because I do notice that I am quite spammy. And this would be a nice reward to for that spammy behavior. Okay, so far we're only losing the cheap troops, Troxurkers and the monster trogs. That's absolutely okay. The monster trogs spawn on their own, spawn back on their own, and the Troxurkers are the cheapest stuff on my roster. Goldhorn sounds like the upgraded Minotaur. Retaliation. Ooh, he'll attack harder, he'll attack faster the more he gets clapped. It's always a funny concept. So let's see. Going to do what? Engineer's Workshop is totally appealing, but I want that stronghold, and we didn't get any income here. So then we're going to sell some stuff, and let's see. More monster trogs, or more minotaurs, or more hydrolings, or more troxurkers. Difficult decision. I'm somewhat tempted to pick up more of these guys because they keep dying a lot, or more of these guys because they are just awesome. Well, let's pick up more of the small guys. I hope I won't regret that decision later down the road, but I somehow feel like this could be actually a good choice. Ancient Sphinx. Ah, yeah, that was the riddle thing. Now, it's only a little bit of money yet again, so let's see yet again. Can I shake that off some enemies? So this looks like an extremely dangerous fight, honestly. This one, though, looks pretty easy, but there are healers among them, so I don't want to underestimate that. Not that easy. And none of these encounters promise to be lucrative in any way. So Well, let's save the game, and see how easy for real is. You know, there are huge spikes between the easiness of easy. Because the game cannot really get into account how strong the enemy heroes really are, and how strong some facts are for real. So here we go. Shadow casting is really cool. So let's keep those mages busy. My biggest concern is that their mages would be dropping some AoE spells into my backline. But this is going all in all pretty well. Alright, that was actually as easy as they promised. So let's build that monolith, finally. I mean, it's been about time. I've been talking about that a lot. So the more of this is there, the less you see. Darkness, of course. Platinum boots. Oh, we get our defense back. Neat. Child of Midas. Well, versus a bit of sulfur. Definitely gonna pick up those units there. So we'll just walk them into our city, where we're going to put them into the zoo. There we go. Let's just see if we can tackle that as well. Sunbringer and Rune Scribes. Here, there are a lot of healers in there. Mind Melter, Charm. So there's really a lot of weird and hard to read interactions in there. So let's give them the backline spam. Spam something up front here, just to make sure that my frontliners aren't left alone entirely. And let's bombard them with more clones in the backline. And now I'm so let's see how that plays out. So I'm losing a handful of units, but that's allowed. It's a moderate fight after all, so I'd say this is looking pretty well. I only lost parts that are expected to be lost, so I'll keep that win. Nice! So, let's see. Engineering or recalcitrance? Or more shadow casting? I mean, shadow casting surely starts to pay off. Bloodlust. Hydromancy. I would like to have more of these illusionary things there. I really like that. Okay. Alright, that went down pretty well. I was already a little bit concerned about this fight, to be quite honest. This could have been easily my Waterloo. I've had that several times, that a seemingly easy fight was super hard. Why the hell didn't I capture that thing? And then hell went loose. Alright, Shadow Pact Altar. Nice. Oh, okay, that's quite the difference. So, these things are even more tank. Nice. So this is a faction that really doesn't hide behind its ranged units. Or hide in front of its ranged units. You know what I'm trying to say. So, I can actually upgrade those things already. How interesting is that? A Shadowmancer is just ethereal and has Shadowmancy. And that thing, whoops, has way more HP. And yeah, it's such a big upgrade that I'm really considering it. Temple of Dragons creates a gold drake when purchased and at the start of every even-numbered week. Allows gold drakes to be turned into rat dragons through combat. Allows rat dragons to turn into black dragons through combat. Okay, we need that. But, well, let's create that Shadow Pact Altar upgrade first, because I really think that's so much of a difference between these two unit types that I totally pay that price. Oh, so we have a we have a shutdown of the game. Be right back with a fixed version. But yeah, it's a reproducible book. It seems as if the game breaks when I try to put the Child of Midas into the garrison to produce money. I guess putting the Child of Midas into the slave pens is just not possible for the game. We broke the game. Jokes aside, let's build that engineer's workshop. I was ogling on that since quite some time, and buy those machines. A character with engineering has a lot of fighting power with these, so let's utilize that. I didn't go for the upgrade of the Shadow Altar this turn, therefore, but it doesn't really matter that much. We'll just go for the Shadow Altar upgrade in the next turn, and all will be fine. Now, let's see. I can get some new demons in the Crucible. Let's do this, and upgrade the Shadow Altar next day. So, no biggie. There we go. Oh, I don't have the necessary ore now, but I guess we can fix that. So, Pyre Beasts for the zoo. I hope that'll work. Yep. A little bit sad that I can't put these guys in, but whatever. Whatever. So, we're going to buy that 1 unit of ore. No problem. And, well, as much as I want one of these guys in my army, I'm not gonna force it now. Let's just wait for the next day and make it happen then. So, beginning of week 4, I have basically grabbed most of the stuff here. I've been a little bit more conservative here. Probably a bad sign, but we'll see about that. Let's bring in the Mad Hand things. Alrighty, so I want more income. I want to go for this fight next because I really think that's going to change a lot for me. So, Wild Speaker, ranged with Summon. They hit like a truck, 20 damage, that's really a lot. Healers, but they are no ranged units either. War Magi, so their entire front line is extremely... their entire back line is extremely powerful. Let's speed down the fight so I can drop down some phantoms in their back line right away. So let's make it like that. And drop some summons as well there. Drop them right in the middle there. And let's see. And more of these buddies over here, and let's see how this plays out. So one of my mad hand thingies is already pretty deado, but it's a combat for a gold mine, so I do expect some losses. So there we go. Crazy first 8-10 power. So we actually only lost a handful of Truckzerkers and nothing else. Pretty powerful. So next level up, I want to have the engineering. It's already bonkers as it is right now. Let's make it even more so. Let's see how the Tide player fares. Hospital, no thanks. Upgrading those units would be a next real big important thing. But let's see. I'm going to put up one thing though, a champion statue. I want that now. So let's see. This dude comes with royalty rank free. Well, week 4 makes level 2 bodyguards. I'm not sure if I really want that right now. Or if I don't opt for new troops instead. So those little buddies here. But no, we're going to pick up a new hero here. So shadow cloning summons temporary shadow clones of the hero and nearby allies at a desired spot on the battlefield. Yikes, that's sick. Decreases the resource cost of creating units. I had a hunch that royalty is something that I really want to have, and he has access to bodyguards naturally on via his skill tree. So what more could you ask for? I just made a real good deal, if you ask me. So we're going to bring what actually? I want to have more ranged units here. And this is, of course, my fetch boy. With some Gorgons on his bodyguards. Nice. But bodyguards aren't nearly as powerful as they were a while before. It's almost not possible to abuse it anymore like you were able to before, but right now it is much more a really feasible and nice strategy to lure out the mana out of your enemy, so to say. That's for me my favorite way of using the bodyguards nowadays. Alrighty, level up. What's in the box? More swarming? No. I got 12 spell power by now. Sick. Now engineering, of course. So increases the speed, and yeah, this can go into crazy proportions. I've seen that happen before against me. Now we're going to use it for me. Okay, so whoopsie, I forgot a clover. Let me fetch it for you, boss. The power of additional heroes. Jokes aside, luck and moral are such super strong traits. You definitely should abuse them as hard as you can. Okay, so the first 8 tent, I think, brings the big difference here between the past and now. Because you see, we're just getting our troops back again and again. It's quite crazy. So sieges, I see, are something that my faction isn't really excelling at. At least not without the use of mana. Whereas that whole threshing on the open fields, we're really good at that. So I don't want to use mana right now because we really spent a ton, and I don't really think we need that. I managed to lose one of my eyeballs. Tragedy. Okay, so let's take down the next pack. Oh, look at us going. We got our first dragon. Yay! Go forth, my little one. Have some dinner. Alrighty, that's a nice power-up. Also a reason why I wanted to have this as quickly as possible. I'd love to have more of that, but I can't level up everything. So let's upgrade engineering. Or do I want to go for warding? No. Or we're gonna go for warding later. For now, let's stick with engineering. So I can't upgrade these dudes. I can't upgrade the Gorgons. I could upgrade these guys too. Well, no. Well, no. Okay, so what up on the building slots? Let's upgrade troops, for real. I mean, most of them are already upgraded. That's pretty nifty. So let's go for the upgraded Minotaurs. Royal Institution, more level ups. Weekly growth of... Well, I'll take the Royal Institution. On smaller maps, this is more powerful. A direct level up compared to a small scaling increase there. So, rank 3 swarming? Or let's go for warding. Let's go a little bit for warding here. Oh, estates. Yum. Even upgraded my income even more. Brilliant. So I guess I'll see some of the Tide faction rather soon, but that's okay. We're on a pretty wild ride right now, so... So... Why are my aspects of shadow back at home? Whatever. Did that die? Scary thought. Losing these creatures without even noticing. So, well... I want that Guild of Mages pretty badly, too. Probably stay here another day as well. Let's pick up some more Minotaurs. We were really low lately on these. And the little critters, the Troxurkers, were burning these. Or, we burned these, I should rather say. So, let's do an easy fight here one more time. What passes as easy fight nowadays? It's frickin' Bone Dragon. Good. If the game says it's an easy fight, it must be an easy fight. So, I lost a troop, but the first 8 tent brought it back. That's the reason why I want this stuff so badly, so... It's really that good. This might give me actually the edge over the enemy in this scenario, because my losses are just almost not worth mentioning. So this guy is flagged as easy. Alright. Easy. On the most powerful hero of the AI. Neat, neat, neat. So, well... I'll stick with the other easy fights here as well. While we're at it, you know. So I want that Citadel, because I want that Temple of Dragons quite badly. But let's first build the magic infrastructure. I've been delaying that way too long already. So let's change that. Corruptor. Yeah, it's okay. I guess my dude can tank that. Hand monsters versus corruptors. Who will win? Looks like the hand monsters are winning it hard so far. Nice. Yeah, no more losses due to first 8 tent. That's a really big difference now. I love it. Alright, so we're definitely going to recruit these dudes. Because they go into the zoo. Alright, it's time to go downstairs. Hell yeah. Let's go downstairs with those baddies. Definitely gonna roll for the Archives of Magic. Archmage Tribunal, it's too early anyways for that. But we're able to get ourselves some more monsters into the roster. Oh yeah, I like the fact that I get also more of those Hydras and tons of different spells. It's also very important. We've been cut off that stuff way too long. Okay, it's time for the underground. Hell yeah. So off in the zoo you go, Pyre spawn. Okay. It's almost the beginning of a new week, so there's more reinforcements coming up for me. Also for the enemy, though, but... I do dig it that I am playing a faction that doesn't rely on ranged attackers that much. So I'll stay conservative with my mana output. If there's no real reason to spend a lot of mana, I don't. Losing Truck Zerkers doesn't really count as losses. Whoopsie, I should rather let that my other dude do, but whatever. So, let's see. Let's build that citadel. It's the last day of this week, and it'll actually make quite a difference to have that. Bam. So, of all the troops that I'm buying, I feel like the Minotaurs are dying too much for my taste. So let's change that. And I'll also keep my dude here at this spot, so we can do a nice little troop chain at the beginning of the next turn. I mean, I won't have that much money to spend, but it's still enough to warrant that attempt. So... now let's see, I can't build that Temple of Dragons. Yeah. Awesome. So, I definitely want that thing. And what else? So, we keep losing these dudes as most. So let's create more of the stuff that we lose because of attrition. And here we go. So you chunk them in there. You take your hero. Move them over there. Voila. Fresh troops at the beginning of the week. So, it's so easy that we could actually auto that fight. Jesus. What have I done? Alright, but this is going to be a lot harder than the game makes me believe. So, Army of Giants. Tasty. So first things first, I definitely want stuff in between me and the fire elementals. They are way too destructive for my taste. And let's see. Let's curse these guys. Maybe their explosion is also weaker when they're cursed. I don't know. I'll take my chances on that though. So yeah, we lost a ton of monster trogs. They exploded. I hate fire elementals, okay? These spirited fire things are just so brutal because they are guaranteed losses, basically. It's almost impossible to fight against these guys without dramatic losses. Unless you can shoot them from the distance, but that's not even remotely as easy as it sounds. But nevertheless, we did it, and a lot of these dudes came back. So it's not nearly as bad as it looked like. So there's more of that stuff happening down here. So I'm level 14. Lots of stuff is flagged as easy here. Lich. Nice. 3 liches are tasty. So, Cyclops Flare. Well, these things are always fortress-like fights, and I'm careful with these. I'm bad at fortresses, so... There we go! We got a gold drake! Hell yeah. So... I bet the AI sniffed it from miles away that I opened up this portal now. Seriously, somehow the AI always knows once you go down there. And I guess it's now only a matter of time until they show up. Are that seriously 59 Childs of Midas? And the game tells me this is an easy fight? Ridiculous. So this is really, really bad. Those guys can one-shot your dudes. This is by no means easy. This is terrible. I want these guys on a distance. I want everything between them what I can get. I don't want my creatures to be turned into gold. No! Seriously. Sometimes the danger rating of this game is severely underestimating the situation, or sometimes the player is also overestimating the threat, but we'll see about that. For now, I'm just happy that those Childs of Midas seem to be melting away. Yeah. They goldified my red dragon. Here, yeah. My costiest units are dying like crazy. So I'll nope out of that so hard. That's by no means a desirable outcome. Losing so many units to that. I mean, I could have looked at it beforehand. I've seen those. I didn't notice the fact that those were Childs of Midas. No, normally I never see them in such numbers, so I didn't expect this to be real. The secondary quadrants are always so nuts with their numbers, like here. There's so much stuff everywhere. And the game be like, that's easy for you. No, it's not, but thanks that you're believing that strongly in my power. But what it also yields is a lot of freebies. There's freebies everywhere. Now let's pick them up where we can. So let's pick up the hospital because obvious reasons. And let's see, what will the enemy side do? Like I said, they're sniffing it from miles away. They totally know what you're up to, and the moment you open up that portal, they know that. I really don't know that. That's absolutely cheating, because that's not the first time that I see it, not the second, third, or fourth time. This literally happens every time. When I open the underground area, the AI be like, oh, well, let's go there too. I don't know. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it certainly is a funny coincidence. So let's put this up on the next episode when we're actually going to fight these dudes. And thanks for your time. Drop me your comments down below. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and of course consider subscribing. There's daily content coming up from my side. See you guys next time, and have a good one. Bye bye.